Let's talk about violence in this video episode, which is part of a series, Great Minds, Great Quotes. I'm not suggesting that violence is of great interest, it is even desirable, but we must understand what violence is. So let us discuss it, let us learn from what other great men and women have said, and therefore I am presenting this discussion, this video to you. Namaste and welcome. And the first quotation is by Osho. All violence is an outcome of the boundary created between those who are mine and those who are outsiders, not mine. So this me-ness or I-ness is the source, the root of violence, because I protect myself, I protect what is mine, I protect what is in my interest, and everything else is in somebody else's interest. It is somebody else's problem. I am not interested in this. So this division between mine and not mine is the source, is the boundary. This side of the boundary is fine. That side of the boundary, the other side, is conflict and violence. So let us avoid, let us undo the boundaries. Let us join a collective interest group where everybody's interest is everybody's work. All violence is an outcome of the boundary created between those who are mine and those who are outsiders, not mine. This quotation by Joseph C. Pierce exposes one of the greatest lies of human culture. I have heard, many of you may have heard, a lot of people talk and even books written, the fundamental nature of humans. Violence is a natural part of human existence. Violence comes naturally to us. These kind of thoughts I have encountered myself, so you may have done too. But this misspells or dispels this concept as a lie. Among the greatest of cultural lies is that we are by nature violent and that only chaos would prevail without the order imposed by law and shame, stress that powers it. So stress powers the formation of rules and regulations to prevent violence. We are stressed by thinking of violence. There is no doubt about it. We don't want violence. But why it is said that humans are violent by nature? We always talk about peace. We want to live in peace. We want to sleep in peace. We want to travel to peaceful places. This is our nature. Why some people claim that violence is fundamental nature of humans being, that left alone, humans being will naturally move toward violence? I think it is the opposite, and that is what this quotation is suggesting. Among the greatest of cultural lies is that we are by nature violent and that only chaos would prevail without order imposed by law and shame, stress that powers it. So let us move out of this mindset. It is a wrong mindset in my personal view, I hope you agree, that violence is part of human nature. It is not. Let us acknowledge it and let us reject it. This beautiful quotation by Mikhail Naimi: fight, but not with your neighbor. Neighbor means your friends, your relatives, your people from other countries, other cultures, other religions. All are your neighbors in a larger sense. So fight, but not with your neighbor. Then fight with whom? Fight rather all the things that cause you and your neighbor to fight. So what could be causing the fight between you and the neighbor? Could be jealousy, that my neighbor is doing better, he has more, therefore he is my enemy, I need to fight, I need to put him down. You may fight because of disagreements. My neighbor or someone other than me has disagreement with me, doesn't accept my words, doesn't like my thoughts, doesn't like my speech. That is the reason for fight. Try to remove that. Or there could be other reasons, that your suspicion. You may be suspecting that your neighbor is about to harm you or another country is about to attack you. So you get ready and prepare, collect weapons to be ready for war before any indication of attack takes place. So you want to take preventive action to violence. So move all that, all the reasons. You should fight all the reasons, remove all the reasons that create the cause or excuse for violence. It's a wonderful advice. Fight, but not with your neighbor. Fight rather all the things that cause you and your neighbor to fight. Wonderful. And this quotation by Albert Einstein further nails down that point, that do not fight, rather fight the reason that we fight. So great spirits, brilliant individuals, have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. So great people, great thoughts, great guidance, great speeches, great advice is opposed violently. By whom? By mediocre minds. So mediocre minds are the reason why there is violence. Mediocre minds includes lack of understanding, lack of planning a better life for all, lack of compassion, lack of love, lack of understanding, lack of coordination, lack of cooperation, lack of empathy or sympathy, lack of connectivity, social relations. So all these are causes for violence created by mediocre mind. So without criticizing mediocre mind, let us help one another develop a better understanding to live in harmony and peace. So that's a wonderful advice. And the final warning is by Martin Luther King Jr. The choice today is no longer between violence and non-violence. The choice is not between violence and non-violence. It is either non-violence or non-existence. Because the scale of violence in today's world can be very dangerous, can be self-destructive. Not only the winners will survive, but winners and losers both will be destroyed. Because we have weapons of mass destruction. There are wars that begin out of suspicion, out of differences in viewpoint, differences in belief systems. There are many causes have emerged more and more over time for violence. But in a world, in the age of nuclear weapons, chemical weapons, biological weapons, which can be ignited for small reasons. Even if the reasons are not small, they are good reasons, big reasons. Let us assume that. But no reason is big enough to cause the end or destruction of humanity and the whole civilization on this planet. There is no justification for that. So it's a wonderful warning in this quotation. We all must take it very seriously. We all doesn't mean that we common people, but people in power, people in government, all the heads of state should make a commitment, should make a promise that this will not happen. Once again, the choice today is no longer between violence and non-violence. It is either non-violence or non-existence. So let us all collectively take it seriously and let humanity flourish rather than destroy itself. So with that warning, I close this video. Thank you all for watching and listening. We will meet again soon. Until then, Namaskar.